Hell of a game. Cam and I are here coming right off of, I guess, the ending. Tracy Wolfson just talked to Josh Allen, and we're like, hey, we gotta talk about this. This is one of those games, guys. I'm not even gonna have an intro or anything. This is one of those games you'll see in 10 years on Twitter where it's like on this day in 2025, Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen in a divisional round. And it's crazy the significance of what this game brings. Cam, just talking about some initial thoughts right now because right off of the game, we might think something, but hindsight's 2020. But just fill me in on what you're thinking right now.
Like you said, both these guys needed to win this game for their legacy and to not be slandered by the media. You're going to see people post things. Did Lamar Jackson choke? I mean, is this game on him? It would have been the exact same opposite if they would have came back for Josh Allen. They would have been, whoa, Josh Allen can't ever get to the Super Bowl. He ever going to be enough to get it done? And it's just unfortunate that Lamar's going to have to face those discussions because is he the game really like he did make mistakes, obviously, but like that loss is not 100% on him by any means.
That's the toughest part about this because Cam, you and I both have a mutual friend, Blake, who's currently my roommate, huge Ravens
Going through it.
supporter. And watching this game with him, it's crazy because we've seen this story over and over again, right? We've seen the Ravens beat themselves over and over again. And that's the toughest part about it, where Lamar did make mistakes, but he made plays when he needed to. And I'm not going to single out someone, we'll wait till later on for that. But it's just crazy to think that the Bills didn't win this game. I think the Ravens lost it. What do you think?
I mean, I do think Lamar deserves a fair portion of the blame. In 94 career starts, Lamar Jackson in the regular season only has multiple turnovers in 15 of those 94 starts. In 8 career playoff games, Lamar Jackson has multiple turnovers in 4 out of 8 starts. That's a huge swing. And like you said, the Ravens gave him every chance he needed to stay in this game. After that halftime, the first 2 drives for the Bills, they had 1 first down. Lamar Jackson needs, I mean, obviously the first Mark Andrews fumble, it was, I mean, I don't even put that one on Mark Andrews. That punch out was an excellent defensive play. I know he's going to catch some heat for the later play. We can get into that one later, but that first fumble, that was one of the best punch outs I've seen in a while. Perfectly executed, perfectly timed. But Lamar Jackson has, like you said, he did step up and made some great throws late. But those early turnovers and having another career playoff game with multiple turnovers is just something that's going to hurt his legacy.
Yeah, so what, Bills 6 points in the second half. I mean, in the first quarter, second quarter, you're thinking, wow, Lamar, if you're Nick Wright, if you're any of these pundits who are planted your flag on the Lamar hate island, you're walking into work tomorrow with your chest pumped up. You can't wait for it to go on air. And it kind of sees a turn there. Derrick Henry starts going, starts getting, getting those feet under him. It looks like, oh, wow, might see another historic Derrick Henry game. Never really got to see that, but I don't want to talk too much about the Ravens, man. Let's focus on the Bills a little more too. What does this mean for the Bills? Because it's crazy how fans have been the Red Sea has been parted, right? Where Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, you choose your side, but the ultimate villain is still waiting, and that guy's Patrick Mahomes. So this game was kind of like the precursor to what actually needs to be done, which is going into Arrowhead and getting a W.
As big as the conversation is, as that you said, it doesn't really matter. All that does matter is the Bills now get the chance to lose to Patrick Mahomes instead of the Ravens. Neither one of these guys are going to beat the Chiefs, and the sooner you accept that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, the sooner it'll be over.
With that being said, man, I want to kind of touch on Mark Andrews because we kind of, touched on it a little bit, grazed by it, but I want to actually sit on this topic for a while. When you look back at Mark Andrews' career, he's been a great tight end. And I asked Blake and my roommates this, when you think about the top five tight ends of this era, right, from like 2018 to now, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Mark Andrews might be three. And I'm not saying that he's not still an amazing tight end, but you are known for what happens in the playoffs. And if these things are recurring over and over again, what's your take on how Mark Andrews will be viewed going forward?
I mean, he's gonna have a rough plane ride home. He's gonna have a rough week on his phone and on social media, obviously. But I don't think one playoff game is gonna affect his legacy too much. I mean, he did lead the league in touchdowns this year for the tight end position with 11. He's had multiple seasons where he's been arguably the most consistent, safe option. I mean, outside of what Zay Flowers was doing before he got hurt this season, he's been Lamar's go-to guy for the past couple of seasons. And I do think he's already cemented his place as one of the greatest tight ends of his this generation. Unfortunate, a couple of bad plays didn't go his way today. Some of that you can attribute to the weather. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm not making that catch in that frozen weather in
You're also not getting paid millions of dollars to be a
of
tight end
course.
in the NFL.
Of course, yes, but and he's got to make that play. I mean, and anybody who's played football on any level, their coach will tell you, you touch it with two hands, you catch it. So, like you got to be, he's got to come down with that play, especially for how big of a moment that was. And I mean, it's going to be tough for him in the locker room, but going forward, I don't think it's going to hurt his legacy that much.
All right, so let's close out on this. Going in, right? Going into the playoffs, you're like, Mahomes is one, Gap, Josh Allen, Lamar, 1A, 1B, Joe Burrow somewhere in that, but Joe Burrow misses the playoffs. So right now it's three people, right? It's Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen. After this game, is is this enough to have Allen at two? Are we even like, are we just dipping too much in the narratives? What can we come out and have some concrete statements about this game? Because right now, it's just I don't see a way where Lamar can overcome this mountain going forward.
Yeah, I don't have Lamar in my top three. I have Burrow and Allen definitely ahead of him. I mean, Burrow has proven he's the only one. He's the only quarterback in the league right now that has beaten Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game. Like that enough is enough for me to put Lamar behind him. Josh Allen got it done against Lamar Jackson today. Lamar did not. I mean, Josh Allen didn't even play his best game, but he did enough to win. So for me, I think it's going to put him above Lamar.
All right, either way, we got two hell of a games today. I mean, if you're the biggest winner of this is Roger Goodell in the NFL, right? You get a snow game classic, Rams, Eagles, LA team going into Philly. You think Philly has it. 4 minutes left. They're up, what, like 13, 12 points with 4 minutes left. The Rams come down, they make it a game, and then we have this nightcap with two of the top five quarterbacks in the NFL. If anything, viewers, NFL fans, the NFL as a whole are winners. Expect to see more long form content from Cam and I. He's been holding down recently, doing some college football stuff for us, some divisional recaps. Thank you, man. But I guess any last words about this game or anything before we hop on out of here?
Yeah.
I'm still reeling from this game, man.
Yeah, I mean, incredible day of football, and it's only going to get better tomorrow for the national championship. So I'm extremely locked in. Let's get after it.
Early prediction: Ohio State, Notre Dame. What's the score?
31-24, Ohio State.
31-24. You heard it there first. This is Lock It or Leave It. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.